Hey guys, I'm here with Luke from Team Shift. What did you do this weekend?
I top 8'd Gillingham Regional.
Oh, nice one.
Pendulum.
Sweet, you want to show us the deck?
Yep. Don't need to explain that card, it's stupid. It's probably going to get banned. And even if it does, the deck can still survive. As long as if it's just that, the deck's still going to be okay. But Chronograph is your main starter card. It's the most common one that you go for. Summoning Time Gazer. I drew Time Gazer so often, so I was always summoning it from hand, but it's still okay. Triple Wisdom Eye. Loads of people have cut this from Memphis. I've noticed like lists from like Kamal Crooks and stuff who now play like the Darkworm Engine and Pendulum Call because it clogs with doesn't work with this, so they don't play it. But I still think it makes the deck so much more consistent and fixes what you need. It's I often just put this in the extra deck from Electromite rather than Astrograph because I'm playing the Zexal, so like I most often just need this to get myself to the 2/4s and the 2/6s and just fixes the scale. So harmonizing is great because you can summon a 4 or a 6 off of it to make your 2/4s and 2/6s. Also, it summons the it's a 1-card Raigeki really when you play Clearwing. So this just breaks boards. Pearl Poison, Black Fang, and Oath. A lot of people don't play 3 of those, or maybe Oath, but I like you summon Oath off of Harmonizing, and you often go through quite a few in the grind game. So like, I really like playing 3 of all of them. You just have to play as many pendulums as you can.
Yeah.
Then Garnet and Garnet. I love this Garnet because I never draw it, but I draw this one all the time. Its monster effect actually comes up. The amount of times I went Chronograph effect, summon this, normal and monster, play some scales, and they'd go to pop a scale, and I just go, okay, it's not destroyed. Like, it actually comes up. Cerberus Engine is really good. Considering I lost 6 dice rolls out of 7, this card came up so often where I'd target Maiden or Ignis and banish it, and then they no longer, like, if they chain trap to summon, trap target this, it's not destroyed because it's got 4 counters, and then you've only got to play around 1 Masterpiece pop.
How often did your Cerberus get Ash this weekend?
A couple of times, and it's really annoying because Ash is like, it's okay against this matchup, but if you have a good enough hand, you can fix it, and you can put out Electromite and pop this and play on, but sometimes you just completely get stuck on just this card in the scale, and yeah, it's frustrating. As many start cards as you can, so you play 3 Curtain Raiser rather than 1 or 2.
Did you ever feel like 3 was too much at all? Or?
Nope. 3 is great. Even if you see 2, you just special 1, normal 1, 2-card Electromite.
Yeah.
2-card Electromite's fine. It's when you draw Time Gazer and you make a 3-card Electromite that's when it's not good. And then Hamster is broken if you draw well, put it in the scale, add it back, normal it, make another Electromite, add it back, put it in the scale, get two Astrographs. So really good extender. I side it out a lot though because it doesn't start like it doesn't start anything, and it's kind of Ash bait, I guess. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, it's good. Then draw cards. Everyone plays these. Don't need to explain it. Just banish Garnets. Really good one-off. It's just a pendulum, really. You can always trigger it because you're very often summoning Electromite with one of your Gazer Magicians. On top of that, if it stays for a turn, you just have more resources to kill them next turn. And then rank up magic. I only summoned Zexal like 2 or 3 times because I had to go second so often, but it's still nice that it's there. If you draw it...
Did you hard draw it at all over the weekend?
A couple of times. It's really good. It's good if you hard draw it because then you can just put out a much better board. So you still summon the Zexal, but you don't need to waste 2 monsters making a Beatrice. And then you've got something like Vortex or Nightmare or even both if you've drawn well.
Nice.
Like, it's really good.
Extra or side?
We'll go for the extra.
Okay.
3 Electromite. I don't see why people are still talking about whether you play 2 or 3. This is a 3 of. Really, it's a 4 of because of Starving Venom.
Did he get cherries at all during the weekend?
No, not once, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Decode and Metaltron. I was only playing this before, but like you need to be able to get Absolute off the board to put out Vortex, so you just need to play a second option to do that. 4 cards for the Zexal engine. Even though it didn't happen a lot for me on the weekend, I'd still definitely play it because it's just an auto win against Pendulum and Lightsworn.
Mm.
It's less good against Trickstar or True Draco because they can up the board by setting cards and normal summoning a YuGiOh. Then, like if it's Trickstar or Invoked, it's just important that you summon the Starving Venom, so that if they scapegoat you, you can still kill them because of piercing damage. The only rank 4s I played was Nightmare and Dweller. This was probably my worst card in the extra because I only summoned it once and it didn't actually.
Would you swap it out for anything?
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I think going forward I might try and play the FTK, so I'll see how the extra changes with that, but I'm not sure yet. Got some testing to do with that, but with a ban list likely to come, like who knows whether it's even going to be worth. Absolute and Vortex just remain the gate that you put out, and Starving Venom is just Electromite number 4.
Okay, now on the side.
Yep. Sorry, last card, forgot that. Raigeki. Because I had to go second so often, you just keep baiting negates until they're out of them. Like I had to go second against Zephyr, put out 3 negates. In game 2 you put out 4 negates, and like you just keep baiting stuff until you can summon this, and then you win. Same with Lightsworn as well, but less so. Side deck, 3 Lava Golem. I swapped it from Sphere modes because it comes up more. There are times when it doesn't happen often, but in a time where you sat there and they've got 2 monsters on board with disruption and you can't out hit, you've got Sphere mode in your hand. Like you'd rather have a card that's live more often. And the Sphere mode effect doesn't come up because you usually just Raigeki them. So 3 Called by the Grave. You need this in going first just in case they hand trap you. It does happen. It's a shame that I couldn't play Gamma because Electromite. They normally wait on a hand trap for Electromite. Otherwise, I play Gamma in the side as well. Yeah. Spell and trap removal. This is great. 100% main, not main. 100% side this going forward. This though was a bit iffy. I very rarely sided in more than 1 copy, just because I didn't like siding in just 6. I want to side in sort of 7 or 8. Change it. Maybe Twin. I'm not sure. I think Twin works better with the Dark Worm engine because you have better discards, but I'm not sure. I think actually also in the side I'd probably want to side D-Barrier because going first against Pendulum doesn't matter if you get hand trapped. If you set D-Barrier, you're going to win. And then evenly match because it beats Draco.
Oh, nice. Any shout outs?
Yeah, definitely shout outs to Alex and Joe. I did all my testing with them. Shout out to Tyler as well, who drove us. And then shout outs to everyone I saw on the day. The Team Shift sponsors, Manaflux. Yeah, it was a really good day. Mostly shout outs to Alex and Joe, honestly. Like, all my testing was with them. Alex topped as well, so congrats to him there. Yeah, it's really good.
Nice one. Thank you very much for the profile. Cheers.